Hello, my dear viewers. Today's class, my live streaming class is exclusively for Panchayat examination, and it's the examination which is knocking at your door or on your threshold. And I'm going to discuss with you 10 most important but uncommon phrasal verbs which I have selected, and I will discuss with you their meaning and their application in the sentences. There will be no problem, but you will have to participate in my class, and I should not make my introduction lengthy. Let us start, and welcome to my channel, An Easy Step to English Grammar. An Easy Step to English Grammar. You will be able to use all these phrasal verbs in your sentences to enhance the fluency in English, to enhance your writing capability, and also to crack any kind of examination, including with special emphasis on Panchayat examination. It is video number 1 on Panchayat examination. Now let us start. Why don't you join? Why don't you participate in my class? And I think that all of you will be highly benefited if you complete the class. Don't leave, because I have selected only 10 phrasal verbs. However, I must not make my introduction lengthy. But before starting my lesson, I must request all of you to like, to comment, and subscribe my channel, An Easy Step to English Grammar. However, let us start. I know that my students will appear because all these government examinations are on your threshold. Okay? Now, hi. I am very glad to have you in my class. You may take your exercise book and a pen just to write down these phrasal verbs, because you won't be able to find out in any book, but I have to collect those. Okay? My first phrasal verb is bog down. Bog down. All these uncommon phrasal verbs will be set for your examination, like Panchayat examination. Okay? Uncommon phrasal verbs. WBCS main examination, all these uncommon phrasal verbs will be selected. Okay? Bog down. B-O-G, bog. Bog down. You may note them down in your exercise book. Bog down means to sink, or make something sink in mud or wetland. Again, I am repeating. To sink or to make something sink in mud or in wetland. কাদা বা কোনো জলাভূমিতে কোনো কিছু ডুবিয়ে দেওয়া বা ডুবে যাওয়া, both are correct. Okay, so let us apply it, let us use it in a sentence. Follow me very carefully and attentively. Suddenly our car bogged down in mud. Suddenly our car bogged down in mud or wetland, whatever you say. Okay, bogged down. Or you may use it in another way. I have made a lesson plan for you, my dear friends, my dear viewers. Another sentence you may use: the main point of the meeting bogged down in irrelevant discussions. Again, I am repeating. The main point of the meeting, the main objective of the meeting, the main purpose of the meeting bogged down in irrelevant discussions. Bogged down. That means মিটিংয়ের যেটা প্রধান বক্তব্য সেটা কতকগুলো অযৌক্তিক পর্যালোচনার মধ্যে ডুবে গেল। কেমন? It is the sentence. So, the same phrasal verb can be used in different ways. Okay? Now, my second example is bob up. Bob up. Okay? I am telling you all these phrasal verbs from my memory. When I was a young student, my teacher used all these phrasal verbs, and from my memory I have noted them down from the morning just to distribute them among you. Okay? Bob up. Bob up means to come to the surface, to come to the surface quickly, to come to the surface quickly, or to appear suddenly, to come to the surface suddenly, or to appear suddenly. Okay, now let us use it in a sentence. For example, he jumped into the river and bobbed up. He jumped into the river and bobbed up within a minute. সে নদীতে ঝাঁপ মারল কিন্তু ভেসে উঠল 1 মিনিটের মধ্যেই। bobbed up. Okay? B-O-B-B-E-D. Hello, my dear viewers. Why don't you come to the surface? Why don't you bob up in front of my mobile? Okay? Then I shall be very much glad. Please like, comment and subscribe. It will cost you nothing. Another sentence I am telling you: the vagabond disappears. The vagabond disappears from the locality. The vagabond disappears from the locality and bobs up unexpectedly. And bobs up unexpectedly. ওকে, ওই ভবঘুরে লোকটা হঠাৎ উধাও হয়ে যায়, কিন্তু হঠাৎই আবার এসে হাজির হয়ে যায়। কেমন? bob up. My third example is, just follow. My third example is boil away. Boil away. Okay. Boil away means to boil until nothing remains. To boil in such a way or such a manner that nothing remains. Boil away. What should be the sentence? The water in the pan or kettle, the water in the pan or kettle had all boiled away, when my mother was absent. When my mother was absent. So, the water in the kettle or in the pan all boiled away when my mother was absent. Boiled away. Okay. Now let us come to my fourth example. Just follow, and if you have the desire to learn them by heart, and if you like to enhance your vocabulary or enrich your vocabulary, just write them down. I advise you. Okay. Grow apart. GROW, grow. Grow apart. What is the meaning of grow apart? Grow apart means to stop having a close relationship with somebody over a period of time. অনেক দিন ধরে কারো সাথে ঘনিষ্ঠ সম্পর্ক থেকে বিচ্যুত থাকা। অনেক দিন ধরে কারো সাথে ঘনিষ্ঠ সম্পর্ক থেকে বিচ্যুত থাকা। Grow apart. Then how can you use it in your sentence? For example, I grew apart. The past form of grow. I grew apart from my old school friends. I grew apart from my old school friends. Okay. Now come to my fifth example. Grow away from. Grow away from. Gradually to have a less relationship. Gradually to have a less relationship. Okay. ধীর গতিতে সম্পর্কটা যখন ক্ষীণ হয়ে আসে। Grow away from. When she married a foreigner, I am using it in a sentence. When she married a foreigner, she started to grow away. She started to grow away from her mother. Grow away from her mother. Hello, my dear friends, my participants. Again, I want to remind you that phrasal verb is verb plus adverbial particle. Phrasal verb is verb plus adverbial particle, not preposition. Okay. When the verb and the adverbial particle expresses a single meaning, they are called a phrasal verb. For example, stand up on the bench. So stand up is phrasal verb and on is preposition. Okay. Sit down on the bench. Sit down is phrasal verb and on is preposition. Please remember it. Okay. Now number 6, gamble away. Gamble. Gamble away. What is the meaning of gamble away? That means to lose something, LOSE lose, to lose something by gambling. To lose something by gambling. For example, he gambled away all his money. Gambled. Gambled. He gambled away all his money on horse race. He gambled away all his money. Hello, uncle. Yes. I am online. I have live streaming and try to follow my lesson I am imparting on phrasal verbs. Yes, I am an English teacher. Rather, I was an English teacher. I served a higher secondary school as an English teacher for more than 37 years. Okay? Now, I am imparting my lessons on YouTube and I have got some students like you. What I expect from you, that you will learn by heart, you will crack the competitive examinations, you will increase your fluency in English, you will be able to write English elegantly and independently. Nothing else, and it will cost you nothing. Just a subscription from you. Okay, I am very glad that I have received the participants like you. Okay, thank you very much. Gamble away, that means to lose money or to lose something by gambling. For example, he gambled away all his money on horse race. On horse race. Rupak. I am fine. As I am fine, I am live streaming. When I am sick, I can't. Thank you very much. I hope that all of you are also very well. May God bless all of you so that you may crack the government examinations which are on your threshold. Okay? Now, number 7, gallop, G-A-L-L-O-P. Gallop ahead. It is lesson number 1 from today. Gallop ahead. That means to make rapid progress. It is phrasal verb. To make rapid progress. For example, Japan is galloping ahead Again I am repeating. Again I am repeating. Japan is galloping, Galloping, galloping ahead by developing new technologies. Japan is galloping ahead by developing new technologies. Gallop ahead. Okay? Please write them down in your exercise book, and you will be able to increase your fluency in English. Okay? Now, eighth phrasal verb. Fuss over. Fuss. Fuss. Fuss over. All these uncommon phrasal verbs I can guarantee. I can guarantee that all these are very uncommon phrasal verbs, and you will be able everywhere. Fuss over. That means to pay much attention to somebody. To pay much attention to somebody. Fuss over. For example, after the sad demise or death of the parents, the grandfather is always fussing over his grandchildren. So after the sad demise of their parents, the grandfather is fussing over his grandchildren. Okay? Fuss over. All these are very uncommon phrasal verbs which I have collected from English newspapers like Times of India, The Statesman, and many other storybooks. Another example is, it is also called slang phrasal verb. Slang phrasal verb. But it is not at all a slang. Okay? For example, fuck about or around. F-U-C-K. Fuck about or around. Okay? It is a phrasal verb. What is the meaning of this phrasal verb? To behave foolishly or aimlessly with no purpose. To roam about without any purpose, like a vagabond, etc. To behave foolishly, etc. So one can say, don't fuck around or fuck about. Come and help me in my work. That means don't waste your time unnecessarily in such a manner. Just come and help me in my work. Okay? Fuck about or around. After my class, that is after my live streaming class, if you again watch the video attentively and meticulously, you will be able to write down your phrasal verbs, and it will help you to crack any kind of examination. Okay? Why don't you give a like sign or comment? And I think that those who have joined my class will subscribe to my channel and Easy Step to English Grammar. Okay? Next, fork out. That is the 10th example. Fork out, F-O-R-K. Fork out means to pay money unwillingly. To pay money to somebody unwillingly or reluctantly. কাউকে টাকা দেওয়া অনিচ্ছাকৃতভাবে, ইচ্ছা নিয়ে নয়। Fork out. It is a very good phrasal verb and it is used by the Britishers. Okay? Not the American people, but the Britishers. Why should I fork out money for your school trips? Why should I fork out money for your school trips? So I have given you 10 phrasal verbs, very uncommon but unique phrasal verbs which can be used in your sentences while going on with conversation with your friends, relatives, family members and your teachers. Okay? And in this way you will collect many phrasal verbs. However, tomorrow I am going to give you some vocabularies so that you may enhance your vocabularies and use them in your examination hall. Thanking all of you. Good night. Stay safe. Stay mellow. Stay blessed. And I pray to God that all of you will crack your competitive examinations. Good night.